Leos, happy Leo season. I gotta stop doing that adjusting thing when I start videos. It's like I'm already sitting here, everything's fine. Music. There's no reason to be so excited with your eyes, you know? Okay. Just, and you risk looking angry. Whatever. Leo. Feeling a little fire as I start that read, maybe. It's like, hello. Okay. Okay. So, Leo's the fixed fire. The energy that you're feeling right now is Page of Cups. It may be feeling right now is the Page of Cups in reverse. Maybe feeling like a little bit of like emotional immaturity, or you don't necessarily have control of your emotions. This fish in the this fish in the cup. Maybe slipping out of your hands. That like emotional moodiness is maybe kind of getting to you, and you're not necessarily feeling like totally in control of your emotions right now. And that makes sense because your challenge card right now is the Queen of Cups in the reverse, which is more water energy in the reverse. There's a lot of heat this Leo season, like any fire season, I guess, but Leo is the flame. A lot of fires going on right now. It's just like hot, like oppressively hot. It's obviously August, but like the seasonal sign is kind of like the archetype of the sign. And so the drought, things just like can really dry up under the fire. Fire is birthing and can be generative, but like especially when the fire is like fixed and blazing, it can really just evaporate all of the water in its vicinity. And so the Queen of Cups in the reverse is maybe like emotionally it can be about being manipulative and controlling, but like essentially like not having control over those emotions, but in like a much more sort of grandiose way than the Page. So your energy is sort of feeling like kind of like the little kid who kind of can't get their emotions together, but the challenge is sort of like this bigger person of who you are, the child and the adult of who you are, the extremes of your age or your energy, which is that duality energy is very much the Gemini moon right now, but also not necessarily feeling like in control. So the present energy is sort of not feeling like feeling moody, feeling like your emotions are not something that you have a handle on at this present moment. In the recent past, you had the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So realizing that having felt stuck in a situation, but then realizing that you are not stuck, and working to get out of this Cage of Swords, but feeling sort of like emotionally messy on the way there. And in the near future, you have the Five of Wands. So that fire energy, letting go of conflict, just like not wanting to like battle people anymore or yourself, or realizing that that's not really helping anyone. So like lessons of the fire season sometimes, that like you need that inspiration and that passion to move forward, but also sometimes maybe it's just fire for its own sake, and that can burn things down and destroy them. So maybe that is what you're learning from getting out of this feeling of stuckness, not necessarily having control of your emotions as you figure out the next step, but maybe deciding in the near future to kind of like put down the fighting, whatever that means. If that means that you have to let things come to you instead of always going forward with passion to get them, then maybe that's what it'll mean. In the above energy, your conscious energy is the Queen of Swords. So really standing in your power to deliver your ideas and deliver truth, and to communicate in a mature and caring way. The feminine side of that truth of the air, swords of the air, the Gemini moon right now. So you are like working forward to like really be honest in a way that is conducive to yourself and to the people who are around you. So that's beautiful air energy. And I love this because the King of Swords is in your subconscious energy. So this is your season, Leo, and in the above and the below energy, so as is above, down below, this divine counterpart of the feminine and masculine could be between people, but could also just be of your own feminine and masculine, standing in your truth. developing a strong sense of your ideas and what you believe in, and being able to communicate that to people in an adaptive way. So in the above and the below energy, you are the king and the queen of swords. So like really on this Gemini moon, the air, you are really standing in your Leo energy for the season, like moving forward with truth and conviction, and doing so in a way that is not just like fire blazing and burning everything down. You can be truthful and still and not be cutting in that. And so that's really beautiful energy. The advice is to let go of heartbreak. So the Gemini is the third sign. It is the swords, the air. So this 3 of swords in the reverse is very beautiful, because you are essentially letting go of whatever this heartbreak is. Heartbreak can be related to really anything in our lives. It can, as abstract as an idea about ourselves, but an idea about life, or so the advice is to let it go, let go of the heartbreak. And that doesn't mean you forget about it and don't think about it. It means that you incorporate it into who you are, so that you can heal. Leo is the heart, it's the spine. So like letting these swords fall out of your heart so that it can heal. And any healing, there will always be a scar there behind, but it's better to have like a couple scars than to have 3 swords through your heart. So the advice is to let that pain go. And letting go is not as easy as just let it go and forget. So that is why I'm saying incorporate it into who you are. And it looks like you are you're preparing to do that here with this divine counterpart of balancing your masculine, feminine, the duality of Gemini. Again, so you got some beautiful duality here, sword energy with the Gemini moon, the air energy. Divine counterparts, melding our duality, because we believe we study duality to understand that duality does not really exist. It just marks the ends of a spectrum. The energy surrounding you right now is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So that is sort of feeling like a feeling of like some divine like love or creative opportunity that was given to you is lost, or giving yourself this cup of love that maybe you have given to other people in the past, giving yourself this divine love instead of using that to do something big out in the world. Oftentimes we have to bring things inwards before they can go outwards. And so giving, the energy surrounding you right now is either a feeling of a loss of love, which would make sense, with needing to release a heartbreak. That means there must have been a heart to break in the first place, and working to give yourself this divine cup of love, if it's not something that you had found previously. The worry right now is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is fixed sign energy. Leo is, a fixed sign. This can be about bad luck, or a fear of bad luck, a fear that you're not gonna, have a completion of your karma, or, that you're not gonna get onto this next, you're not gonna fulfill your karma, that you have some sort of bad luck. That is, the concern in some sort of major way in your life. That is, the fear that you have. And the outcome of all of this energy here is really the fire energy here with the 8 of Wands. So realizing that you have, challenges, but standing up and facing them as if you're ready. So whether that's people or ideas or the society, it feels like you're doing some work here right now. Passionate fire energy to stand up to that, but you're ready for it and not necessarily feeling overwhelmed and bogged down by it. So it looks like you're healing something here, very beautiful, and you are balancing your masculine and feminine. You are balancing your masculine and feminine in the way that you deliver truth. And the way that fire can deliver truth, like I said, it can burn down the house, not necessarily be helpful in so doing. But it looks like you're balancing out how you communicate truth and ideas, and your thoughts, balancing that masculine and feminine, balancing the childlikeness. Leo is the king, the child, the clown. Balancing the child in you with the queen in you around your emotionality, because fire can also be very emotional, very much like water. So you're balancing the kid and the adult, the young and the older version of you, the masculine and the feminine version of you, how you process your emotions and your truth especially, and you're deciding to maybe let go of some conflict, letting go of heartbreak, giving yourself love, being scared that you're not going to have good luck, but being really ready to stand up in your passionate fire energy against whatever challenges it is that you have coming as you go through this journey. So I think that that's really lovely. Actually, a very unified reading. Just go 3, please, for Leo. That's too many. Sorry, that's too many. Reshuffling too much at once. Okay, so first is dark man. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Firecracker, very much Leo season. Firecracker. Excitement. So whatever you're dealing with here, passionate fire energy, get excited about, your life, because what else is happening anyway? Except news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So maybe there's something new coming around the corner. Get some flash cards for Leo, please. Ideation, strength, anxiety. Anxiety just came up for Cancer's reading as well. Look at this, red, orange, yellow, beautiful fire coloring for the Leo reading. Leo season. Anxiety. When you're feeling anxious, it is usually because you are very worried about something that has an uncertain outcome. When this happens, we write a script in our heads, creating an outcome that is most likely far worse than the actual outcome. Try your best to stay in the present and not focus on events that haven't occurred yet. So, hard to show the yellow one sometimes. So, you might feel anxiety about something, but also don't worry too much about something that hasn't happened yet anyway. The only moment, as Eckhart Tolle and I think a lot of other spiritual teachers over time have found, is that really the only moment is now, because the past is already over and the future isn't here yet. So the only time is now anyway. So you might as well just live in the now, and then you'll have felt present for your whole life. At the very least of anything, you'll have felt like you were present in your life. Red. Strength is the Leo sign, Leo tarot card. So I like when this one comes out for Leo. Strength. This card refers to mental and emotional strength, not just physical strength. It's about finding the inner strength to face your fears, overcome obstacles, and move through difficult times. This card is a call to dig deep into yourself and tap into the parts that are strong and courageous. Leo season, the heart, the spine. Even when you might not feel that way, you'll discover that you hold the strength to overcome whatever you are going through right now. So be strong, as you're obviously, needing to give yourself this love. You're releasing heartbreak, you're releasing conflict. You have the strength to get through this, and the kind of strength you're working on is how you communicate and your emotions, which I think can be very, very helpful for fire signs in general. So really processing through the high vibe and the low vibe of your energy, which is beautiful. Okay. Ideation. So this is you have a lot of swords here, but especially the recent past that you're, realizing you're not stuck anymore. That 8 of Swords in the reverse, but really this Queen and King of Swords in the above and below energy is ideas. The air is about communication and ideas, really. So So ideation, this card is about the growth of ideas and new projects in your life. Now is the time to focus on creating a safe space for your creative endeavors. This moment is just for you and your project. Let your ideas grow while you nurture and care for them. Enjoy this special time. So, an idea can have to do with your resources or with your relationships or with your inspiration. But, you're having some sort of, you're working with your ideas. And so, whatever ideas you're thinking of, whether they're creative opportunities or whatnot, you're kind of being, supported in following new passion projects. I feel like fire seasons are about passion projects for sure. So this beautiful fire coloring that came out for you, Leo, ideation, strength, and anxiety. And just like anxiety is a baseline, if we had no anxiety, yes, there's a debilitating level of anxiety where you cannot function anymore. But if we had no anxiety, we would just be fine with our everyday and we would never get anything done. So maybe, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. There's excitement, there's ideas, and there's, strength moving forward with you here. So the moon card. Get a moon card for Leo, please. Get a moon card for Leo, please. First one I see. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. And they both came out, so I'll read them. Dang, 3. Really didn't want to read 3 cards. But prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Another fixed sign. We just finished the moon in Taurus yesterday. So, you have prosperity here. Prosperity comes in all forms, but, you are, you're letting go of pain and giving yourself love. And you're working on integrating, the sides of your duality. That sounds like prosperity to me. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So maybe that's what this release of heartbreak is, or letting go of these 5 of Wands, letting go of the conflict, letting go of the pain here, realizing you're not stuck, and figuring out how to make that happen. A personal issue reaches resolution. And for the Gemini moon, the disseminating moon, take time to breathe out. Really, when we breathe in, we create space, and when we breathe out, we relax. 4, 7, 8 breathing is you inhale for 4, you hold for 7, you breathe out for 8. That exhalation, that is double the time of the inhalation, really helps to physiologically calm down your blood pressure and your heart rate and your mood in the acute setting. So maybe take this time on this Gemini moon, the lungs, oxygen, to really breathe out. Amazing how these little physiological tricks, they really work. It sounds like this new agey stuff, but it's just it's physiology. It's physiology. I wish we could, unite these worlds a little easier. Can I get a Rumi card for Leo, please? Can I get a Rumi? Okay. Couldn't take the one that fell. Fallen. The Cloak of Christ. And so when these religious kind of cards come up, it's it's just what the cards are called. And it's just there have been different kinds of messengers through time, depending on cultural contexts. And essentially, the Rumi cards really are reverent towards all the prophets and all kinds of ideology, including astrology and stuff. So it's very unifying, Sufism. The Cloak of Christ. And the Christ archetype is associated with the sun, and Leo is associated with the sun. Pisces is also associated with Christianity very much, but Leo is the sun, and the sun is often associated with Christianity. The Cloak of Christ in the School of Humanity, school with the Gemini moon. When you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne, Leo season, and teach the angels the nature of the divine. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. The compassion born out of your own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. So maybe this fear is karmic weight. We've been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul, in oneness with the divine heart. We know of your efforts and your struggles, so what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy, Gemini moon. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, duality of that Gemini moon, with the work you're doing here, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. And I was thinking, like, I was looking again at this, like, it looks like a demon here sometimes on the Wheel of Fortune, but, like, the demon rides with us too, you know? So I was, like, thinking about that here. And this is, like, your fear, what you're fearing right now. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Passion, fire energy, Leo. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness, typified by wholeness. So Christ and Rumi, they were sacred brothers, loving and supportive of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by them both equally and without measure. Both sides of you, all sides. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge, to feel it not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honoring ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing? Receive healing is what you're working to do. Release that Three of Swords. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled, so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your wrist or an iron ball and leg iron, preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There's a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life energy. Leo season. This is particularly so if you have also drawn the Oracle of Passion for Purpose. We didn't draw that. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, is because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose. Smell the feast awaiting you. Yeah, time to let go of these big things, I think. Releasing conflict, releasing the low vibe of that fire energy, so you can keep the high vibe of it, but exploring both sides so you remember the whole, and really letting go of this Three of Swords, letting go of this heartbreak, because Leos are the heart. You know, of course you're going to feel like, you know, daggers in the heart when you get hurt, but you're giving that love to yourself. Take time to breathe. Sometimes there's nothing else to do in a situation, you know, to help it release a little bit easier, than to breathe and to use your body. Like, really, I feel like it's hard to make people understand why that's important. In years and years of practice of yoga, I'm only starting to realize now, like, it really does come down so much to the breath. And with the Gemini moon, the word spirit is the breath and the wind. So, you know, maybe new business opportunity, some kind of opportunity coming up along the way. There's excitement here. You're really letting go of some things that are very, you know, important to let go, and that maybe you've wanted to let go. And you are, you are held in the Christ consciousness, which is really just like an archetype of forgiveness and letting go and oneness and unity. So lovely read. I love this for you, Leo, and I love this color. The colors that just popped out for Leo. It's like literally the three. It's that fire energy. It's here, and you are using that fire energy to kind of like burn away the impurity of the past. Keep what is still good. Phoenix rising from the ashes. Yes. So happy Leo season, Leos, and thank you for joining.